Mikey make a podcast.
Kath and Mikey make a podcast.
Number 1.
Episode 1.
Starring Emilio Filbert and Catherine Bathrin.
Yeah.
Did I pronounce that right?
Correct. You are correct.
Okay.
Wow, so impressed.
And we're talking about Disney's Mulan.
2020. It's not.
What?
2020, like Mulan 2020. Let's not mistake it with...
I've been tricked.
No.
So, we've already talked about this quite a bit.
Yeah, we have strong feelings about this movie.
Do you want to start, or should I?
I don't know. I think we should start with how we feel. Like, we should start about the good things about the movie, right? It's not all bad. I thought it was...
Yeah, I was going to plus and minus all of my points, but... Yeah, okay.
No, yeah, we can start with how... Like, I didn't think it was necessarily a bad movie, like...
I did.
Okay. I guess... No, I have my standards with Kung Fu movies, but it just felt like... Maybe it's because I had just seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Swords of Destiny. Me and my mom were watching it.
Right before Mulan?
Yeah, a little bit before Mulan, and I watched the movie with my mom, and I think she liked it because she was having that, like, in her mind before, so I was like, oh, it's fine. It's like...
Similar-ish. There's some wire work.
And also, I don't think she had the connection with the original movie, because she did ask me, didn't I get this movie for you back in the day? And I was like, yeah, Mom. Yeah, you did.
Like,
what's wrong with you?
She was talking about the cartoon?
Yeah, like, oh, I think that I got this for you.
That's so funny that to us it's like religion almost, because we grew up on it and your mom was like, wasn't this a movie?
Yeah. Break my heart, mama. But, it was pretty to look at, I guess, in many parts.
That's my first positive, is that it's pretty.
It's pretty, and the actors are obviously... movie actors. They're pretty, I guess. And Mulan is pretty. Look at her. She's beautiful, I think.
She's so pretty.
And you mentioned how she has such like a soft voice and like...
Yeah.
Heaven bring honor to us all.
Well, she's Chinese. I think she's a famous Chinese actress.
Yeah, she is. This movie actually got a lot of backlash because... backlash is the word? Because when the Hong Kong protests were like at their peak, like when it was happening, like it was in the news, she made some comment. I don't remember where exactly, like in what media, but she made some comment about how she was supporting China and like against Hong Kong, like very pro-China actress. So a lot of people were like, yeah, you should boycott this movie. Not just because it's like a live action, or like you should boycott it because of this particular issue, more politics-based boycotting. So yes, I'm not sure some people think that that's why it didn't do that well.
Feels like it's, like the whole thing feels like I'm trying to appease China.
It did feel like that. Even, I meant to do more research.
The stuff with the Emperor.
Before this, I wanted to do more research on even the bad guys. I've noticed that some of their swords were like the typical...
like the scimitar? Is that what it's called?
Scimitar, I believe. Yeah.
Might be saying
they were like scimitar, and I don't know if that's historically accurate or it's trying to make me think of Muslims and, how China treats their Muslims. Not that we're any better. But I don't know. It's maybe just me reading too much into it. But yeah, pretty to look at. Also, you got your Donnie Chang and your Jet Li and... Donnie Yen, goddamn. I just want to say from the get-go that I'm horrible with names and I might butcher.
Don't worry about it. It happens.
People's names.
I think I wrote down, oh shit, it's Donnie Yen. But that's under neither positive or negative.
It's just it's Donnie fucking Yen.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
I was almost going to write... Oh my God! It's Ip Man, but I remembered his name on time. So.
Oh, good. Ip Man, very good movie. And he's also in Swords of Destiny, so that's interesting.
The first time I caught Ip Man, I was at work, and I was like, damn. This is really cool.
Oh yeah, it's a very good movie. Like,
yeah, one of these days I need to sit down and watch it.
Yeah, real. I think it's on Netflix though.
And you know what I like about that?
What?
It's not really any slow motion in the fight scenes.
No, it's, just them going at it. No slow motions. What is this? This is a comment generally on kung fu movies. Like at least like
movies.
Action movies, kung fu movies, and I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's basically the ones that tend to do slow motion. Like, I don't need to see the arching things and like them doing kicks in the air in slow motion and like gracefully. Like, it works for some stories where it works for like anime, and it works for like some stories that you want to see the very graceful, actress or actor doing things in the air. But it works for like one scene where you can do it. Don't do it in every scene.
Yeah. And don't do it every 5 seconds. Like, it's frustrating when it speeds up and slows down. Mm-hmm. And I think the last time that was popular, like, people actually enjoyed it, was 300.
Yeah, but that's a different movie.
It's a way different movie.
It's a way different movie, and it was, like, cool for its time. When did it come out?
Yeah. For some reason, people were really into that. I mean, it was fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Zack Snyder.
But we're still on positives.
We're still on positives here. I think I'm done with my positives. Ended with Donnie Yen.
Well, I think
and Jet Li.
I think I have a few here.
Oh, that's good.
It's gonna take a while to to bury it under a lot of other stuff.
Or we can keep talking, but.
Okay, yeah. The first one after it's pretty is the witch lady transforming through the colored dust was pretty cool.
That scene.
And I would like to note that that wasn't in the original.
Yeah, because there wasn't any witch lady in the original. Pretty much,
I write down every scene with the witch almost in the positives. I
think the witch character is cool. It's just meant to be another movie. I think you made that point.
Yeah, I did say that earlier. I feel like inside of this Mulan ripoff, there is a cool movie with chi wielders and a witch. Like, there's that line that I was talking about where she was like, deceit dampens your chi or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's really interesting.
Yeah, and I thought they were going to go further because I don't know if you remember that in the beginning, they were like, the parents are talking and they're like, oh, they think she's a witch. And I thought they were gonna go further with that mythos, like, or however you want to call it. But it's like, oh, what happens that the Hawk Lady or whatever she's called, we're gonna call her Hawk Lady. Why does she become a witch? Like, why does chi give you those hawk powers or animal powers?
Yeah, teach Mulan that.
Like, and it would have been cool then, like, this is assuming this is another movie, to see if Mulan or main character would have gone, if there was a point in her path where she could have been like, oh, I can either keep going this way and become a witch, or I can keep going this way and just become a chi wielder. I'm gonna call them chi wielders.
Yeah, chi wielders sounds cool. The thing is, I would have watched a sequel to that movie.
Yeah.
Where it was like a kung fu magic thing.
Oh, yeah.
But the problem is they called it Mulan. Mm-hmm. And they keep trying to be Mulan. So I honestly think that's the last of my positives until Ming-Na Wen shows up.
Oh, yeah. She's always a positive.
She's always a positive.
Book. She is our goddess.
Everything else just... I'm surprised this isn't more dense, because I felt like I was writing stuff down every 2 minutes.
I don't have that. You have 2 pages. I have 1.
Yeah.
But I wasn't... I don't want to say I had heard already that there weren't going to be any musical numbers. Like, like there weren't any certain characters that weren't going to be included. But I don't know. I feel like the background, I always take notice of like the soundtrack and the instrumental background music, and it just kept trying to reminisce like the different scenes, like, oh, this scene that you're looking, that should have been this scene. Remember that fun
now, right?
thing? Yeah, definitely. And remember that scene in the original where there was this song that you like? Well, we're gonna do it instrumental and put it in the background so that you know.
They kept doing it.
And the other and going off that, why do you have to take the songs and put like the lines in the dialogue?
It was so...
I don't know what
I'll get to my most cringe-inducing moment, but those moments were like, they made me very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But like you, I heard about what wasn't in it. Mm-hmm. And some of the changes that they made. So the first negative I wrote down was before I even pressed play. And it was just the audacity of using the original title font. Mm-hmm. Like, stop trying to trick me. You made a different movie, but you're using the iconography to cheat.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely.
It really bugs me.
I don't even have something to say about that.
Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast, they did the same thing. Like, they used the same font. I mean, I don't remember Beauty and the Beast, but I know Aladdin did it.
I think Beauty and the Beast used it, but I didn't watch it.
And they're, like, lesser remakes, but at least they're, like, they stuck to it for the most part. Mm-hmm. They're just, like, bad stage plays.
Yeah, I'd rather just go to Broadway. I'd rather just go to Broadway and watch. I haven't seen the Broadway for Aladdin. I know it's good. I've heard it's good, but I've seen for Beauty and the Beast. I've even seen for Lion King, and even those are way better remakes, quote unquote, than these live action movies with much more budget. I guess Broadway shows have their own budget, but hot dang, like,
and I feel bad almost for giving this movie a kicking, because it takes a village. That's the old saying. It takes a village to make a bad Mulan movie.
Yeah, and...
But it's, high budget. They obviously tried pretty hard, except writing.
I mean, you can't blame the actors because, they're just saying the lines that they clearly tried their best to say these lines.
No, I'm not mad at the actors. They're just a mouthpiece for the production.
Of course.
So, yeah, I think the first negative, second negative I have here. Kid Mulan is a menace.
A menace. She's a menace.
It's her chi isn't the dishonorable thing. It's her manners. Like, the chicken, it's okay if it gets away for a moment. You don't have to ruin your tiny little village.
It's gonna come back. Calm down, kid.
But I also felt like they were trying to remind me of Wonder Woman. Like...
Oh.
Because that's how Wonder Woman starts.
Oh, right. It's like this kid that...
And later on in the movie, I feel like they're trying to do it again. Like, they're trying to be Chinese Wonder Woman.
And the thing is that the whole point of Mulan is that there isn't really anything special about her. More, like, she's not a superhero, and they try to make this movie a superhero. Like, I can talk about that later, but this, it's, like, why? It's like she's a magical girl.
She's a magical girl, yeah.
Yeah, she's a, this is a magical girl show, magical girl movie, I guess, and...
Yeah. Well, I think, I wrote down the point of this movie. Let's see, don't hide who you are if who you are is good at literally everything.
Basically, yeah, it's, it's like the father goes like, oh, you have so much chi, if only you were a boy. Oh no, you're a boy, but you have so much chi, and they do these montages of her training as a kid. Like, what is this karate?
It actually gave me flashbacks to Dragon Ball Evolution, which is not a good thing.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
So yeah, directly after that Kid Mulan thing, I wrote, I wish I was watching Wonder Woman, because I do.
I do.
And when she lands from the rooftop after herding the chicken, and she like does this impressive like spin with her stick or whatever, and stops, and the villagers are all like, "Fuck you." I'm just thinking, like, stop pretending that wasn't impressive.
Yeah. Or that wasn't, not even impressive, that was just weird. Like you see a kid fall down and do spins in the air, and then your reaction is like, ugh, dishonor to you. It's like, I would have been like, holy shit.
Oh, you're a Jedi.
You're a Jedi. I feel like, yes. This movie is basically about Mulan being a Jedi.
Yeah.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, the witch is Darth Vader, for sure.
No, I feel the witch is like, it would be like Maul trying to recruit Ezra. She's Space Aladdin.
So, yeah.
She's Space Mulan.
She's... Alright, yeah, so Phoenix... They have the first mention of the Phoenix after she breaks the wing. Where this is like the first... No, not the first indication. Because we're already kind of... Even 5 minutes in, they're changing unnecessary shit.
Yeah, I don't...
So, yeah, no Mushu. No Eddie Murphy. Everybody knows that.
No beloved characters.
No beloved character. Nothing fun.
Nothing fun. This is serious business, Mikey.
Then after that, there was a desert scene, so I wrote down, I wish I was watching The Mummy.
Which is interesting. I don't know why I'm making this connection, but the original what's his name, Goldstein, the guy that made the original soundtrack for Mulan.
Yeah.
He also made the soundtrack for The Mummy.
Really?
Yeah.
You mean the Brendan Fraser one?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That is a weird connection.
Yeah. Anyway. Trivia.
Okay, so yeah, then I had that positive about the transformation through the colored dust.
Yeah. Jerry Goldsmith. Jerry Goldsmith.
So 9 minutes in, the pacing was already weird. And I was getting flashbacks to Aladdin because it had the same kind of thing. Even though they're both based on animated movies with perfect pacing, somehow they managed to fuck it up. Like, I don't know...
Yeah, the pacing is not the best thing here, and even my mom was pointing out, like, see, they, in the middle of fighting, they stop to look at each other, and she's so right.
To be fair,
they do that a lot.
Avengers does that.
No, yeah, they do it a lot in movies. I guess since it's supposed to be very fast paced, at least like the thing I like about like movies that involve like kung fu fighting, it's very fast paced. You're like if you see like a Bruce Lee movie, it's like it's fast paced. It's supposed to be.
And you're supposed to be like, wait, what did I just see?
Yeah, at least that's how I usually. My impressions are usually of.
It makes you want to watch it again. Exactly,
to see if I missed anything. But here, it's like the fact that they stopped to look at each other in the middle of battle. It's like, can you just get on with the action and then like talk about this later?
It'd be also different if I cared about who was looking at each other.
Yeah.
Didn't matter.
Aggressive look.
Yeah, just like let all your hair out.
Like Mulan, let my hair down. Let your hair down.
Okay, yeah, that I wanna bring that up. I'm gonna bring that up later.
Yes.
Yeah. So I wish I was watching The Mummy. 9 minutes in, everyone, the Emperor in particular, feels dubbed. Do you know about this, Izzy?
I'm not sure about that.
'Cause it was so jarring. Like his voice did not. It's not that his mouth movements were off necessarily, but he sounded like closer than everyone else.
Oh, like, I don't know if they were trying to go for, like, the thundering voice of the Emperor.
It didn't come off that way.
But it didn't come off that way.
He came off as very unlikable.
Yeah. I feel bad for Jet Li. I've heard that he hasn't been...
That was Jet Li?
Yes, I told you. That was...
What?
Jet Li's the
Unrecognizable.
Yeah, I mean, he has had issues, I think, with health issues. That's why he hasn't been in movies
Okay, well, I
that
feel
much.
like a dick.
But that was Jet Li, yes. He's in the movie. That's why I said that.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on then. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I already mentioned Mulan's voice makes me happy. Then I wrote down I wish I was watching Mulan. And then where's the grandma?
No grandma.
She's replaced with the sister, I guess.
Who does nothing for the plot. What exactly?
I know you didn't watch Aladdin, but they also added like a quirky best friend for Jasmine to talk about boys with. Who is the love interest for the genie, because the movie is basically Hitch. Yeah. It's Hitch.
I'm speechless. Are you telling me that the genie has a love interest?
Yeah.
So is that are you telling me that that's also the next movie we're talking about?
I think they did announce that they're doing an Aladdin sequel, huh?
No, but that's the next movie we're talking about. Anyway.
Oh, I see.
I don't.
Yeah, totally.
No.
We can do that. I mean, it's better than this. So, yeah. Then there's that scene with the spider where they're just like, I'm okay with what the scene was trying to do. I don't like the way they did it, and it's like, again, it was more effective in the cartoon where the cricket was going everywhere, and it was the lucky cricket that her grandma gave to her. So it made sense that it's like, oh, I need to get this cricket back. It was an emotional family-tied thing.
Yeah.
But her sister was afraid of spiders, and there's a big-ass CGI spider on the table that the woman interviewing Mulan never sees. And she could have just said, oh, there's a spider, look out, and the lady would have understood. But instead she was all weird and like just grabbed the teapot and just like on top of the table.
And the spider didn't die. I feel like if I had done I would taken a huge ceramic teapot and put it on top of a spider, you better believe that I would have killed it.
Well, yeah, but there's no blood in this movie, so you couldn't do that.
You can't kill animals.
You can't kill
even CGI animals.
All
insects.
those soldiers are okay, by the way.
Oh yeah.
There's never a drop of blood. They're fine.
But she kills. But the hawk lady kills them.
No, they're fine.
They're all
no
fine.
blood.
No blood. No.
I think actually there was blood once, and it's when she scratches Mulan. But I feel like if this is the movie you're going to make, obviously they wanted to make some sort of epic. Go PG-13. I don't understand. Like, again, it's this one foot in both worlds thing. They're trying to be a cartoon and they're trying to be serious. Mm-hmm. And it does a disservice to both.
Yes, it does. It's,
So, yeah, now I want to get to my gripe with the hair. So you remember that scene in the cartoon? It's my favorite scene, by the way. And this was
that's
the most
my
offensive.
favorite. That's an amazing montage. It's not like, I think I know what you're talking. Are you talking about where she dresses up with her father's armor?
Yes.
That's amazing.
It gives me chills.
So how it goes, it's from what I remember from yesterday. They fight, right? He's like, I'm the father in this house, blah, blah. But then they have like this very like tender moment afterwards of him like with the sword and them talking and blah blah blah. And then she decides to take the armor. And I think you mentioned this already. You had mentioned this to me before, that the whole point in the original was that they fight. And it's like they have this like big fight, this rupture between them, and then she leaves and they don't talk, so she has to come back. There's a motivation for her to survive,
and he
come
feels
back, make amends,
deeply hurt
because
he's like, oh man, she's gonna die.
Yeah, and that's because of me, and that's why he goes and like prays to the ancestors, and that's how we get Mushu. But
that was
I guess
cool too.
Yeah, it's fun.
But so
Eddie Murphy's
yeah,
great in that movie.
She cuts her hair.
Yes.
The music is swelling. Like, you can tell she's determined. And it's so cool. And it was right there. Like, I think that's my favorite
me of Samurai Jack.
piece of the score.
Ooh, chills.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And, like, her with the sword.
But they literally... they just cut to her in the armor.
Yeah, and I was like, what? She's already dressed?
And then she's on horseback.
And even the part where she like opens she cuts her hair, she's dressed as a man, she opens the doors to get the horse that knows her doesn't recognize her, she's like trying to like fend him off, and until he realizes that is Mulan, and then lets her get on like ride him. And that's like a great, I don't know, that's a great scene.
Yes.
And it's raining outside. But here it's just like, I'm off to war. And that's it.
Everything feels, even the scenes where she's crying, everything feels emotionless. Like, I even wrote a few times, I feel nothing. Like, I think 3 times.
Felt nothing.
Because the movie, I could tell by the way the music was, the manipulative Disney music, was like, hey, isn't this sad? Or aren't you happy?
Or don't you remember, that's like I said, don't you remember this scene from the other movie? This is the music that was playing.
Yeah, I do. That's a problem.
It's a big problem for me.
I do remember.
They're really trying to like bank off that nostalgia for the original movie for you to like this one, but they don't do it well.
I think they're like really pushing the boundaries. Like they're figuring out, okay, how much of the nostalgia factor can we omit, and like and not lose people.
They lost everyone.
The thing that sucks is that I feel like if we weren't in a pandemic, this might have made $1 billion, like Aladdin.
Oh yeah.
And that makes me really sad.
No, yes. Just sad now.
So yeah, next I wrote, the narrator must stop. They must stop.
Yeah, I think it was the dad. It was supposed to be the narrator.
The dad, yeah.
Joe, I don't know how to pronounce it. But the dad.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, I don't.
It wasn't in the original either.
You didn't need it. I think the movie would have flowed the same without the narrator.
Exactly the same.
Like,
they were saying things I already knew.
And no, like, it was, like, one thing is exposition. There's always, like, show, the whole thing of, like, show, don't tell. But it was very necessary exposition. Like, it was, like, it felt like double exposition. Like, you were already seeing these things, and then you had the narrator tell you stuff.
Yeah. We've already skipped over the scenes with the villains too.
Oh yeah, I don't even.
I couldn't find it within me to care.
Exactly.
I didn't even write anything.
The thing is that the villain in the original Mulan, he's so cool.
All of China knows you're here.
Let them come, or something like that he says. It's so cool.
It's cool.
And here, it just in the original, he looked like a strategist. Like the guy was like a man with a mission. Comes in the cover of night. Like that's basically that scene. Like all of China knows you're here, and they're like ruthless warriors that they're trying to take over the empire, and they're not the Rogans or whatever they're called here. They're the Huns. I don't know why.
He's really yellow too. I think Lindsay Ellis called him a jaundiced motherfucker.
His eyes were yellow, too.
Something's wrong with him for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with that guy.
He's sick and all his men are too afraid to say anything.
Like, man, do you want us to bring a doctor into
Why would I need a doctor?
No, right.
Oh, no, I feel stupid.
It's stupid to even bring that up. She got some sun.
Yeah.
We've been here in this cave for too long, man. It's just saying things. Never mind. But I don't know. But he just felt like, oh, my father. They killed my father.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were. What were they trying to go with that? Because in the original was like he just wanted power. He just wanted to take over the riches of the empire, or whatever.
Yeah, that's what he wants.
Like, right? That's what he wanted. Yeah. But in this one, it's just like, oh, like riches.
He wants riches, and then the other guy was like, how much riches can a nomad carry?
That was kind of cool.
And he's like, well, he's right, yeah, for one.
And then he's
but
like,
also
revenge.
If you take over the empire, like, yeah, obviously you're gonna have riches. Why don't you just stockpile it there? how are you going to maintain control of the empire if you're going to continue to be nomadic?
Yeah, and also, like, in that time, I feel like China was very much bureaucratic, I believe. It looked, at least in the movie, it looks like it's a very bureaucratic already society with your clerks and, or maybe I'm just like
Which movie?
adding my, this movie.
The one we're watching?
The one we're watching.
Okay.
You know, it has a chancellor and the emperor.
I almost
and
forgot.
like clerks and isn't it in the original one like the weird guy, I keep forgetting his name. You know, the one that seems like a civil servant.
The one with the tweedly mustache.
Yeah, kind of, whatever.
Mulan is a woman.
Yeah, that
guy.
one.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking of the historical context of where the movie takes it. Like, it was, what I'm trying to get at, it was a very organized empire that, you know, like hierarchical society. Like, what is your game here? Like, you take over and then how are you going to manage all that? Maybe I'm just thinking.
Well, in this movie, they
here.
throw like the societal values out the window on a whim.
What?
They throw their societal values out the window on a whim. Like,
you know, the soldiers?
This comes later, but Donnie Yen's character is like, I told you, this is after he finds out that she's a woman.
He
like,
just
if you come back, I'm going to execute you.
And then he's like, and then it's like, oh, but you lead now.
They're all like, I believe Hua Mulan, I believe Hua Mulan, believe Hua... And that's where I wrote down, I feel nothing. And then he was like, very well, you will lead us into battle.
Yeah. No, I guess I was thinking more of, not thinking about the Empire, but thinking about the bad guy, what's his name? Bo-Khan? Bori Khan?
Bori Khan,
the first time I saw the subtitles for the movie, they'd say Bori Khan. I was like, boring! My mom didn't find that funny. But, Bori Khan. That's why I don't get his game. Like, just take the riches and control, but how are you going to implement law and order after that?
He's a bad guy.
Okay. Am I trying to put too much logic into this?
I think...
Yeah.
I think you're...
It's okay if you say that.
No, you're being fair. You're trying to think about it is the problem.
Yeah.
That's a big problem.
Dummy. Such a dummy.
Yeah, then
Gosh.
I wrote down she sounds and looks like a woman.
She definitely does. She starts with the voice and then she completely drops it.
She goes in and out with the voice, but even with the voice, I'm like, that's a woman. And she still looks pretty. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty woman. She's wearing armor, okay, but I do not buy that all these men are like, yeah, that's definitely a guy.
Did we buy that in the original movie? I think maybe with animation it's easier.
It is easier with animation, but if you're going to already change it and be like, yeah, she has chi, she has magic powers, and the witch shows us that you can change your form with chi. Why not like change to a different actor, but like make it so there's like some glamour, so that the other guys aren't able to sense.
I feel like you're talking about a different movie.
So that the guys, one that makes sense.
Yeah, trying to make a different movie here, Mikey. I don't see it. We're gonna have her wear
and then the
armor.
one guy who gets close to her, he can kind of tell because they're vibing, obviously, and so like the deceit dampening her chi sort of wears down a little bit because her feelings are betraying her. Mm-hmm. Like, there you go. Now it's believable in your world that you're creating.
Now it's my turn to say, see, that's your problem. trying to make sense out of this.
I'm not saying I don't have a problem.
We all have problems.
The fact that we're sitting here talking about this means we have a problem.
We have issues.
So
it's either this or therapy.
Not doing that.
Fuck that.
So yeah, I wrote down so many scenes are like the original but worse.
But worse,
yeah.
Yes.
It's distracting.
I just my main issue which is what I took most notes of, is I've talked about this before, just now, that the original movie, at least as a kid, showed me that through work and through work and acquiring skills, through training, being smart, like basically being an underdog. It's like an underdog story. No one really, she believes, like Mulan in the original one, she believes she's different. She doesn't know how she's different. She just feels like, oh, like this marriage thing, it's probably not for me. But she doesn't really know what she can give. And through training and all of that, she basically overcomes challenges, even those challenges imposed by society or imposed by all these ideas of honor and dishonor. And I really like that. I think that like she becomes better than her peers, and they even showcase later like even her talents as a quote, like, as a woman. Like those talents become very useful. They connect it back to the beginning, and
also how she gets the arrow at the top of the tower, like it shows that she's cunning. Like she can think on her feet. Like everybody else was trying to climb the pole in the same way, and she's like, okay, let me figure out how to do this.
Yeah, exactly. And then she later applies that in the end to save the emperor, and
not only then, in the battle with the avalanche.
Oh yeah, the battle with the avalanche.
They took that away from her in this movie.
Definitely.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off because this scene does come later, so I can come back to it.
No, but my point is that in the original one, it's like, I don't know, you don't need to be special, but you just, you can just persevere or whatever. That seems kind of tropey, but it's like, it's not even a coming of age. It's like an underdog story. Let's stick with underdog.
True. She doesn't give up.
Yeah, she doesn't give up, and then on the end, she is rewarded, and she becomes, she becomes Mulan, or, she becomes a warrior and saves the empire.
Yeah.
But here, it's just like, oh, I'm just like, I already have these abilities, I'm gonna hide them, and now, in the army, like, in the original movie, she sucks. In the beginning.
Yep.
All of them suck.
Well, they tried a little bit of that. They're like, oh, she can't hit the target with the arrows, and oh, she's having trouble carrying the bucket.
But I feel like in that she's just hiding her abilities until like Donnie Yen tells her like, I noticed since the beginning that you have skills, and don't hide your abilities. And that's when they show her like, oh, I guess I'm not gonna hide them. I'm gonna be better than everyone. And and then she starts carrying stuff like with her strength, and then it's no, there's no, like, oh, like, I'm just frustrated because
You're exactly right. Like,
it's just her, like, going from hiding her abilities to showing her abilities and showing off.
It's not even like she missed a beat after hiding it all those years. Like, it just comes back stronger than ever.
Exactly.
And so, yeah, what I was saying about that scene with the avalanche.
Yeah, let's get to the avalanche scene.
In the original, she lights that cannon or whatever, and because again she's using her cunning, she shoots it into the mountain and it goes all over the Huns. But in this one, the Huns accidentally do it to themselves. But before that, she had her, again, harkening back to Wonder Woman, they had their Wonder Woman coming out of the trench scene into No Man's Land, where she was letting her hair down on the horse.
Yeah,
I felt nothing.
I was like, okay.
It didn't matter.
And also, why letting her hair down? You could have just... I guess it was like the whole point of like showing...
She's embracing that she's a woman.
Yeah, she's embracing she's a woman. I guess but you don't need to let your hair down to embrace... Like...
No. This was the most...
I don't let my hair down to like... I actually put my hair in a bun to get shit done. Like she had her in a bun.
It makes it harder.
It makes it harder in battle. Like... How convenient that her hair was all the way back flowing in the wind.
I feel like... Yeah. God damn it.
And that's how they discover that she's a woman. Which is, I don't know. which is so different from the original, obviously.
Yeah,
where it's like, oh, I get wounded in battle, and that's how I get discovered. You know.
And again, before that scene, this is the most egregious interruption of the narrator, when he's like, and Huan Jin did die, but
Hua Jun.
But
what? Hua.
Yeah, Hua Jun. But Mulan didn't die. Actually, Mulan survived and is getting up. Look at her go.
Look at her go.
She's getting on her horse and letting her hair down. It didn't go that far, but they might as well have. She goes into battle, and it's like, okay, she's Super Saiyan now.
Yes, she was Super Saiyan. Yeah, that's basically it. Like, no cunning. It's like, how did she get so quickly? How are they so slow that she got to the other side? And they didn't notice her.
This was a little bit earlier. I wrote down, oh my god, there's an hour left. And I went to sleep.
No, yeah, I did watch it all the way through, but it was a very long movie. That's why it reminds me, that's why the slow motion reminded me of, I told you, Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. I don't know if you've seen all of it, but there's a part in the commentary, they're like, yeah, we need to use slow motion because we need for runtime. You know, like the episodes were so short that they needed to use slow motion in everything.
Well, that wasn't the problem here. They were just
obviously
not.
It's a fucking 3-hour movie.
It's not 3 hours. Could you imagine?
Oh god. How long is it though?
2 hours.
Still.
It feels way longer. It felt way longer.
It felt like forever.
But okay, so when you were talking earlier about the training montage, like when you were a kid, how it showed like perseverance, eventually it'll get you somewhere. Yeah, so they managed to do that effectively in the course of one song in the cartoon, the best song, by the way.
Yeah.
And also at the same time,
yeah,
at the same time they were bonding. They were showing like the camaraderie of people. And I have here, it's about
in this, she's kind of like a little dick.
I wrote that down
because he's like, oh. I like that sword scene was so honest. I don't know if they were trying to do the whole like I'm asserting dominance, I am man.
Yeah.
But he still remains.
I don't think so. He was just sparring.
She still remains like a little dick all the way through.
Yeah, I wrote Mulan is kind of a dick, hyper competitive to a guy who has only been nice to her.
Yeah.
Nobody should care that she succeeds if she's mean. I feel nothing. So, yeah,
also she gets to be... I noticed that in the battle, she's on a horse rather than... She's part of the cavalry instead of being part of the infantry. I don't know if I'm getting too technical, but I should have done more research on that, obviously. But I feel like, why is she a cavalry officer now instead of an infantry? It looked like she was leading men to battle. Like, no? Or
I think she was just the first to ride. Like, when those soldiers
No,
were
yeah,
escaping.
the left flank. She was part of the left flank. But why was she... Why were the others... I guess they were... No, never mind. You can cut this out. It's just like, why was she a cavalry when the rest were infantry? I guess like Cricket. What? Anyway, I'll talk about him later. But Cricket...
What Cricket?
There's a character called Cricket.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
His grandma calls him Cricket because he's lucky. And he's a very good archer, apparently. Well, they show him, like, throwing up, like, two...
That was so embarrassing. I hate that.
Like, there's a part where he, like,
behind
shoots...
his back,
like,
2 arrows.
Whoa, I didn't know that you were such a good archer.
Oh, it's Hawkeye. I didn't... for a second...
It's actually Jeremy Renner. Like, this is Jeremy Renner, actually.
Yeah, for a second, it's like his stunt double.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote here, I wish I was watching Mortal Kombat. That was probably during a witch scene. And their camaraderie in this movie, it was like, well, if they laugh a lot, if you just have them laugh a lot, it'll be funny. And the audience will think that's funny, and it'll mean that we're having a good time.
Laugh with me. Yeah, we're having camaraderie right now.
God, that's nice. That feels good, actually. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, you should shut up.
So, yeah, I wrote out LMAO under the line that Donnie Yen has where he's like, Hua Jun, you're a good man. I was like, what? Like, I can't believe that you're buying this. Like, that is not a man. Cause
and then he goes like, he invites him to his village to like present him to his daughter. You remember that? He did that? Yeah, he goes, that entire bit, it's like, oh, I'd be honored if you come to my village and like meet my daughter. And then Mulan, instead of being like, actually I'm a woman, she goes like, oh, I'd be so honored. And like,
by the way, where's your Adam's apple?
No, it's like, it regressed.
She's like,
my what? My what?
Excuse me.
What is an Adam's apple?
I'm getting sweaty. It's hot.
This armor is so sweaty.
Yeah. Shit. I wrote down fuck off narrator.
I have one more point I want to make. Why would you take away Li Shang from me?
Oh, he's the main guy in the cartoon.
No, the one training them. Yeah, the one training them. Then it's like there's been so many memes about so many memes about him being bisexual or finding out he's actually bisexual. Like, you know, because he like kind of gets a vibe from Mulan when she's a guy. Have you seen those memes? Yeah, a blank stare.
Yeah. No, it's funny.
Anyway, that's
the whole movie. He's like, he's confused because he's like, am I falling in love with a young boy?
Yeah. And anyway, Li Shang, you take away Li Shang, which I thought was like, oh, you want to. Maybe I should have read more about this before I watched the movie, because my impression was that they'd taken away Li Shang because they wanted to focus on her story more.
Then why did they add the guy?
And yeah, but they still then add the guy. What's his face? The one that she saves.
Why'd you do that?
Yeah, why you do that, man? Oh, Hua Jin. His name's like Hua Jin or something. And I don't care. They add him, and he's still very much clearly like love interest, not to the extent, I guess, of Li Zhang, but
no,
still.
They're clearly they're trying to set that up.
Yeah, they're trying to set that up maybe for a sequel. But
which I hope it gets, obviously. Based on the straight-to-DVD Mulan sequel.
Yeah, like the other one.
Loosely based, I'm sorry.
Loosely based. Or maybe they'll make it into the movie that we're actually pitching. Yeah. The movie that should have been not titled like Mulan.
The Chi Wielders.
It's gonna be actually a rip-off of Star Wars.
Yeah, I had a question about Chi. Is it like the Force? Because if it is...
Yes. It's Disney. It's like the Force.
Are we to believe that this Emperor in this movie, who I've already said I don't like, he is so worth protecting? Like, the Empire is so important that the fabric of the universe is conspiring to help him and protect him.
Well, he's the son of heaven.
What are you trying to tell me?
I don't know. Actually,
like,
no,
this
it
feels
was a
like.
joke.
So, okay.
I'm gonna try to let you figure it out. Well, actually, they call him Son of Heaven, but actually, Son of Heaven is like a sacred imperial title for the Chinese emperor. Like, so it's like that's more historically accurate.
Okay, that's what I wanted, because that's what I thought you were making some sort of historical reference or reference to China.
Yeah. That's what they call him in the movie. Like, he's the Son of Heaven. It's just like a title. Like,
didn't notice that.
They kind of like a secular.
Fun fact.
Title.
By the way, when I was a kid, and people would talk about the law, and this in real life, I would always imagine the emperor from the cartoon Mulan with a giant scroll. Like, I imagine that's who made the law. Oh. Yeah. Anyways.
I think you've told me this before.
Did I?
Yeah.
Wow. Still think about that.
Yeah.
I still don't know who makes it.
Well, I feel like that's a topic for another podcast.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, definitely.
Empires, good or bad?
Good or bad?
I like them.
I don't. Let's debate.
So, first of all, your stupid face.
It's, it should be like intelligence squared, but dumbed down.
I have bloodless swords here, which I mentioned.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I wrote down sacrifice stupid, which was supposed to be a statement about the witch sacrificing herself, but I accidentally wrote down a question mark and then answered my own question. Yes.
It's, yeah.
And then the most cringe-inducing moment in the movie. We're getting to the end.
Yeah, I feel like we're getting to the end already.
There's wings.
So many things, too.
The phoenix wings behind Mulan.
Oh, God, that was
so embarrassing.
So cringy.
I wrote down, phoenix wings behind Mulan are so embarrassing, it has brought dishonor to my family.
Dishonor to my cow, too.
Like, you could put that in a cringe compilation. It was so unearned. Like, yeah, they mentioned the phoenix before, but...
Rise like a phoenix.
Okay, so she's being reborn into her new identity, I guess. I guess?
I don't know. Could everyone see the phoenix? That was also, like, my question. Like, is this a phoenix that she only sees? Or is this, like, a phoenix that everyone can see? Because I didn't think it was an actual... I'm unclear. I thought it was just, like, a spirit phoenix, not, like, an actual phoenix. Because that would mean there's, like, more...
I think it had a shadow on the ground, if that means anything. Like, if details like that mean anything in this movie.
I feel like they don't. This isn't Anastasia.
It's not one of those movies.
It's not one of those movies.
Yeah. Where things matter. So, yeah, the Emperor serves an arrow to Mulan like a volleyball.
Oh, yeah, and she kicks it?
She kicks it into the dude's heart.
And then the dude can't catch it like he did in the first time we see him.
Yeah.
Remember that?
No.
Yeah, it took me like 3 seconds to be like, oh, because in the first time he catches it, now he can't.
Oh, wow, things are different now.
Yeah, he dies.
That was at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Moving on.
She gets like a sword in the end, which is kind of cool, but then all I kept thinking was like, oh, it looks like the one from Swords of Destiny.
I thought it looked more like the one in the cartoon.
Oh, I don't remember.
And it had a dragon on it, infuriatingly.
Oh, yeah, why did it have a phoenix?
It had like a little Mushu on it.
Fuck you, that's why.
Then I
That's
wrote
Disney, by the way, saying fuck
cheap-ass death fake out, which was Cricket, I guess.
What?
You know, he was like laying there with his eyes open, looking dead, and then he was just like, "Oh no, I'm alive."
Yeah,
Why were his eyes open and
I
didn't get
that. Were they trying to make me feel something? Like, oh no, they killed Cricket, because I didn't care.
Let me explain. He was alive.
No, I get that he was alive.
Yeah, but he looked dead, but actually he was alive, and so it's good because Cricket's a good character, and they bonded. So actually, he's alive.
Oh yeah, when
he's
was
gonna be in the sequel.
They bonded?
Earlier when they were laughing.
Yeah. Oh right. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then the last thing I wrote after Ming Na Wen is always a plus. Is the Emperor scene was awkward. Like how he reiterated before the scene ended. Yeah, the most important thing is family.
What the fuck?
They're like, we see you, China. Family's super important. Wink.
You think it was? I don't think that was like a call to China.
You don't think so?
I don't care, but I don't know.
I could be wrong. It's not like I'm well versed in Chinese customs.
I don't know. I don't know. There's so many things that I thought that were actually like, oh, I see who this is for.
Yeah.
That when they said that, I was like, I don't care anymore. I just want this movie to be over.
So yeah, I feel like they did set up a sequel at the end.
Yeah, it's like, oh, did she actually take the position? Like, you know, the position of take the spot.
Yeah.
Did she get into the Imperial Guard?
Donnie Yen was like,
he's waiting for an answer.
I want to talk to you about the Kung Fu Initiative. She looks into the camera and she's like, I do kung fu, and then it ends. So, do you want to rate this movie? Is that something we do?
Out of what?
Well, personally, my personal rating for it, out of 10, give it 1 wet fart.
Damn, no. I would give it like 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10?
Not exactly 3 wet farts, but just 3 out of 10.
So is 10 wet farts a good thing?
I don't know why you went with
that. I just, like, you can assign whatever number you want to wet fart. Like, its value is undecided, but it's definitely a wet fart out of 10.
Oh. Yeah, I give it a 3.
All right, 3. 3 out of 10.
I mean, if you're paying for Disney Plus, I feel like you can watch it, but don't pay for it otherwise.
Bye.
Bye. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. If you're listening to us on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're listening to us on a podcast streaming platform, make sure to subscribe there too.
Make sure to listen to next week's episode where we review Aladdin 2019 and ask Will Smith to give us our souls back.
Bye.
Bye.